Hello everyone. Welcome to the tips and tricks from Xerxez solution for the developers. In the last session, we have discussed how to design the architecture, the basic architecture using the cloud workload platform. Rather than designing the microservice based applications in on-prem data centers, so generally what we did, we started designing the whole architecture. We started deploying in the cloud system using Amazon Web Services. So in today's session, what we are going to do is we are going to attach whatever the EC2 machine we have deployed, and that EC2 machine further I'm going to connect with the data sources. Okay, apart from that, we will see after connecting it, okay, how to secure those the data sources and which are the options are available in Amazon Web Services. Let's begin with the simple architecture. Okay, so same architecture I'm going to use for my entire the MLOps machine learning model designing as well as orchestration using MLOps in coming sessions. Stay tuned, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. And let's begin with the simple architecture first. In the last session, what we did, we deployed one EC2 machine. So after deploying this EC2 machine, what I did, I installed my Python programming Python 3.8 version I have deployed. And apart from that, after this, we deployed the whole IDE in terms of VS Code. And after installing this VS Code, what we did, we created the virtual machine also. The virtual environment, the process. We have seen all these things. In today's session, what we are going to do is, this is not enough. EC2 machine will help us for the computation. Okay, so all the computation work we can do it. And how the complexity of the project increases, in the same way we have to do modification even in this case as well. In today's session, what we will do, we will try to attach this EC2 machine where the whole the development environment I have set up with S3 bucket for the data. Okay, so data is very important. Without the data, how we can design the microservice based application? Even if you design, if your data is not there, means it's of no use. Now, apart from this S3, you are familiar with S3. As far as S3 is concerned, you can publicly access this, okay, anywhere from either, let's say, you can make use of HTTP, or you can access through HTTPS also. Okay, we will deploy this one, and it's pretty straightforward, okay, as far as deployment is concerned. But the problem what we arise, since it is in public in nature, anyone can access it. Okay, so if it is HTTPS, okay, well and fine. And apart from that, it is HTTP, means there may be a chances of let's say malwares. Okay, malwares, maybe viruses, trojans, or let's say spyware, grayware. Okay, so those chances will be there. So we are going to learn how to secure this at the beginning level. Maybe in the later on stages we will try to make more secure systems. Okay, so this is the agenda of today's session, and same thing you can follow even for database system also. As far as database system is concerned, Amazon offers RDS, so we can use RDS, but in the later on sessions. Okay, apart from this, how we can secure this is very important. Okay, how we can secure this S3 bucket? There are two options. Either suppose, let's say, these are the user or administrator who wants to gain the access to your bucket. Okay, and this bucket may contains any sensitive data. Okay, so if you are allowing the users to access publicly, it's not a good practice as a developers. Okay, or let's say the security engineer, we need to have certain kind of a policies. So as far as policies is concerned, or techniques is concerned, we have two options here. Either I can create an IAM user, and after creating an IAM user, I can assign this particular user to access our sensitive data. Okay, but the problem with the IAM user is the moment when you create any IAM user, So it is going to give you can access this either by using access key and the secret key. Okay, so secret key, which is good enough, good practice, but the problem here is if you misplace this, if any malware or threat actors gain an access for this, means either they can upload the malwares on your resources or they can fetch your sensitive data from the organization. Okay, so it will impact the organization. That problem we have. Apart from this, AWS also gives an option of creating the roles. You can create the roles, and you can, after creating the roles, you can attach those roles to your EC2 machine. Okay, so in our architecture, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this the role options. I'll create one role inside IAM. So after creating, I will try to attach that one to the EC2 machine, and after attaching, generally what I do, I'll try to gain an access whatever the data I have. I'll try to gain that one, whatever the data I have in S3 bucket, I'll try to gain that one using in my EC2 machine through VS Code. So this is the agenda. Let's begin with the hands-on sessions. So let me log into my AWS console. Okay, so right now I'm in AWS console, and my EC2 machine is up and running, and I have connected with my EC2 machine using the my Ubuntu. First, let us try to activate our virtual machine. How to activate the virtual machine? First, check where exactly you are located, the path. This is my path. So under this path, let's see. Okay, I have created one folder called CD new. Under this, I have virtual environment, CD virtual environment. Under this, I have MLOps also. Okay, so next ls. Next we have inside bin. Okay, bin I have my activate. So how to activate? Okay, type source and activate. Perfect. Now you can see my virtual environment I have created. Right now I'm in the MLOps, the virtual environment that is activated. Now what I will do, let's try to create one IAM role first. Okay, we are going to create an IAM role, and in that, a role I'm going to create, and that role I'm going to attach to my the EC2 instance. How we can do this one? Let's say, let me open a new tab. Okay, new tab. Here, go to, you can search IAM role from here. Let's try to search IAM, identity access management system. After, okay, login. So you are going to you will be redirected to this dashboard. Here there is an option called, on the left corner there is an option called roles. Okay, click on roles and create the role. Okay, there is an option called create role. Let's try to create one role, and I'm going to create a role for my AWS services. Okay, select AWS services. There are other options also. SAML is there, custom trust policy we have. Okay, for WAS we have web identity, etc. Next, AWS services, and choose the AWS services. So I'm going to create a role for EC2 machine. Okay, so select EC2, and yes, EC2 machine, and it is asking, there are plenty of other options are there. So I'll go with the default one, EC2 instance, to call AWS services on behalf. And next, hit on next. Here we'll try to give the name for, here we need to select which services you want to attach with your EC2 machine. For the time being, I want to attach S3 full access. You can see Amazon S3 full access I want. This is to store the data. Let's say any kind of CSV file which is required to design a machine learning models. So what I will do, I'll try to fetch that data from S3 bucket, and I'll start performing the EDA, explanatory data analysis. And apart from that, once, let's say, the model is designed and you have deployed that one using, let's say, Flask, or let's say Django. So one copy of the user data, I want to store it in database along with whatever the predictions we get. And the other copy of the data, I want to give it to the user. Whatever the predictions, the results we have, I want to display it on the front end. For that one, I'm going to use Postgres SQL, and Postgres SQL is available in RDS. So I'll try to get the full access for RDS also. Okay, Amazon RDS full access. These two I need. One is for to fetch the data from S3 bucket, and another is to store the data of the user in Postgres SQL, which is available in the RDS. Fair enough. So right now I'll go with the only two options. Later on, how the complexity in the project increases in the same way, so I'm going to add more and more roles here. Okay, next, hit on next. Let's try to give a beautiful name for this. Let's say so that I should be able to recognize from the list of all the policies. Let's give with go with the developer instance. You can give the descriptions also if you want. You can see the trusted policy for both the options which are available, and it will list out the policy name, that is my RDS, as well as a S3 bucket. If you want, you can give the tag also. Okay, so next, create the policy. Okay, hit on policy. Now you can see developer one policy got created. Okay, now this I'm going to attach it to the RDS. Okay, so the moment when you attach this one to the RDS, what happened, it will allow us to communicate with the EC2 machine, can communicate with the S3 bucket. Let's say this is my EC2, this is my S3 bucket. Apart from that, I have attached even RDS also. So let's say this is my RDS, and this policy called developer will help us to communicate, with S3 bucket as well as RDS. Okay, and you need not to have the advantage of this is we don't need access key here. Access key and the secret key is not required for the access here. Okay, fair enough. So this will save, as a developer, this will save the lot of time, okay, during the development, so that I can focus more on the development part, coding part, rather than spending more time on the configuration. Next, let's try to see the bucket. Okay, so let's try to create one bucket first. Right now I'm in S3 bucket now, so I haven't created any bucket so far. Let's try to create one bucket, and let's give a name for this. I'll try to give the name, let's say Xerxez. Okay, Xerxez MLOps. So this is for the MLOps. And regarding about the security, you can see a lot of options are available. Object ownership, ACL we have disabled is the recommended one, and ACL enabled. If you want to enable ACL, you can enable. Apart from that, it also gives us the option, block all the policy public access. If you want, you can block it. If you want, you can allow also. Okay, so these options we have here. Apart from that, let's say rest of the other option, encryption type, if you want to go with the encryption, hash keys, etc. So that option is also available by default. Amazon itself will give you. Let's try to create this bucket. Okay, so I have created my bucket now. And if you click on this bucket, there is other options here as far as security is concerned. You can allow the permissions. Okay, so you can give the permissions also here, and you can set the policy even for the bucket also. Bucket policy, if you are good in JSON, you can create the policies directly from here. If not, means there is an option where you can generate your own policies. Okay, ownership objects, you can generate your own policies using, there is a option here. Fine, fair enough. We'll discuss about this, how to create a policy in coming audios. Now next, since I have created my bucket, now for the machine learning models I need certain data. We will go with the regression technique. Okay, so I'll try to upload some dummy data from the Kaggle, and inside Kaggle there is an option health insurance. I'll select this health insurance data, which is almost 3 KB of a data, and same data I'm going to use here. Okay, not this one. Hold on, let me check again which data it is. Medical cost, yeah, personal, this one, medical cost personal database. I'll try to give the link in the description so you can refer this. Here do we have, yes, well, let me check for the attribute first, where it is, yeah, attributes. So these are the attributes, fine. So these are the attributes you can select directly. You can download from here. Let me try to download this, and let's try to see how the data will look like. Okay, let me direct to my sorry, download option here, extract this, extract here, perfect. And you can see insurance data from this dashboard. Yes, this is the data I'm going to use it. Okay, let's try to upload this one in S3 bucket, and let's see is it possible to access that S3 bucket data which is there in the S3 bucket to my EC2 instance. So how to upload this? Let me again go to my EC2 bucket, upload the data. Okay, there is an option called upload data, and it will ask you, okay, from where the location, add file. There is an option called add file. So click on add file. Next, go to downloads. Under downloads you can see insurance. So open it, and yes, upload it, upload this data and close it. Okay, so now you can see insurance.csv is available. And let me select this. Okay, so the moment when I select this, it will gives us the link. Okay, have a look on this. I have the link here, so there is, through this link I can access this data. Let me copy this, let me go to the new tab, enter it. Okay, so access is denied. That's fair enough. Means if you are using the Excel HTTPS I'm using here, so access is denied, I'm not able to access. Even for the HTTPS also, by default the access will be denied. Okay, AWS will not allow us to access those data through the console. Okay, those this by default security policies are available now. Fair enough. Now yes, data is uploaded in my S3 bucket. Now it's time to attach this. Okay, since I have now S3 bucket already created, bucket is already created. Inside this bucket I have my data. Now it's time to attach this to my EC2 machine. How we can do this one? So roles is in the roles, already I have created the roles. Now you go to EC2 machine, select that particular EC2 machine. Okay, under this there is an option here called image template. Okay, under instance, I was checking in instance, attach the auto scaling we have, but apart from that we used to have attach policies also. Okay, let me select other security. Under security you can see modify IAM role. Okay, there is an option called modify IAM role. So here choose that particular the role what you have created. So for right now I have created the role called developers. So select this, okay, and attach this IAM role to my EC2 machine. So that means now you can connect directly S3 bucket to EC2 machine. Let's see whether, let's try to cross verify whether I'm able to access the data from S3 bucket to EC2 instance or not. Let me go to my PWD exact location. Let me check my path. Yes, path right now I'm in the correct path. Now let us try to see whether I'm able to access S3 bucket or not. From AWS you can run the command AWS S3ls, enter it. So let's see, command is not found. Because why command is not found means I have to install my AWS CLI. Okay, so we need to install AWS CLI first. Let's try to install this. Okay, let's try to install this. So to install, copy this, next paste it over here, enter it. Let's try to install. There is an error that it is not allowing us to install it. Let's say with install CLI, AWS CLI. Perfect. Let's say run it. Now you can see I'm able to install the AWS CLI. CLI command is required. So if you want to access anything from the different sources, so you need an access. But till this complete, let me go to our website, and if you are interested in any the courses, okay, we are running around more than 30 plus courses. the full stack courses related to AI and ML. Okay, other programming are also available. If you are interested to learn more, okay, you can visit our site and you can enroll to the different courses. In coming days, we are going to add more and more interesting course related to AI and ML. Apart from that, we have internships also. We give the internship and placements, and for the corporate trainings we give these are the list of the corporate training we conduct. Apart from this, yeah, in terms of ML ops, it's a complete full stack development, Python for industries. Okay, and related to security also we are offering. Now let me yes, now you can see AWS CLI is successfully installed. Now let us try to run the same command, s3ls. Let's see whether I'm able to access it. Perfect. You can see here there is a folder called Xerxez-MLOps. So I'm able to access this from my S3 bucket. Okay, that is because of we have attached the roles. Okay, in the same way, whether I'm able to access RDS or not, let's see. RDS. Okay, this command is not available since RDS is having the multiple other options. Okay, so this is it from my side for this today's session, and next session we will see how to design the template for the machine learning model designing, as well as how to orchestrate using the ML ops using the cookie cutter. Stay tuned with me, and if you like my the channel, or let's say the videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for further notification. Thank you very much.